Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks, and we are going to wrap up by force for Throne of Eldraine. This time, we are going to go on an adventure and try to draft the adventure deck. The bots are a little bit different this time around. They did a little bit of tweaking, so we shouldn't run into the mill deck over and over and over again. Instead, we're going to run into just like super all-in fast aggro decks. So hopefully, we will be able to beat those. But adventuring is a really cool mechanic from this set, and I figured it was worthwhile to go ahead and force it in one of these drafts, even though the deck doesn't really come together too often. So I'm a little bit weary. I guess when we say we're forcing an adventure deck, we're going to try to stick to green-white because those are the quote-unquote adventure colors, even though we could branch off and potentially do other colors, even though the main color is usually white or green. The big payoffs we're looking for are Edgewall Innkeeper, Lucky Clover, Mysterious Pathlighter, and Wandermare, and the bots do not value Wandermare very highly. So if we can find ourselves in a draft where the bots are not drafting green-white, we should get past a couple of the good payoffs here. So that's the name of the game. Again, this deck doesn't really pan out too well. It doesn't come together too often because it relies on having a bunch of uncommons. So we might just have to resort to being a beatdown deck if the cards aren't there. But the name of the game is Adventuring. We'll see if it comes together or not. Thank you all for joining me today on By Force. If you like this video, if you like this content, feel free to leave a like below or subscribe to the channel, or find us on Twitter at MTG_ManaRocks. All right, let's go ahead and jump in to our last By Force video. Unless somebody suggests something different, then we'll try it out. All right, what do we have to start off with? So, Ayara. Not a great card, but a good one. I'm not going to first pick it here. There's a Hypnotic Sprite which is in fact an adventure, but a creature that I could care less about starting with as well, especially since blue is not really our primary adventure color. There's Ember's Shield Breaker, and then there's some green cards down here. I think I'm actually going to drop the Outmuscle first because the bots take this extremely highly. If you don't pick up Outmuscles, you will not get Outmuscles. I like Garenbrig Paladin, and Carver is an adventure creature that we would end up playing in an aggressive adventure deck. But you can get these late. So I'm going to snag Outmuscle since it's very likely we're going to end up being green here. Probably follow up with Shepherd of the Flock. It's just a good adventure first off. And it's an extremely underrated card, I think. I think Shepherd of the Flock just so good at saving creatures from combat tricks and from removal spells. And some of the enchantments like Trapped in a Tower and Charmed Sleep and stuff like that. That I've just been very impressed with the first half of this card. Even if a 3/1's not great, it's fine. So let's go ahead and snag that. Try to force ourselves into green-white, again, is kind of the name of the game here. Not seeing any of the adventure uncommons come around. Sad. Once in Future I like quite a bit. Garenbrig Paladin I like a lot. Prized Griffin is a fine top-end card. Worse than Paladin for sure. So my nod would be to the Paladin. And then there's Youthful Knight, which is, I guess, a decent aggressive creature. Probably just going to take Paladin over Once in Future here. Just a good way to kind of wrap up games. Going to take Trapped in a Tower. I don't think we have any sort of reason to move in on this Resolute Rider right now, but Trapped in a Tower is a decent removal spell, if not a super powerful one. Outflank is nice, and it's really... This pack kind of sucks. There's a Tome Raider and there's a Barrow Witches as like playable cards, and then the rest of these cards are pretty bad. But Outflank I found to be pretty good, although we only have 1 2-drop right now. Alright, here's a Rosethorn Acolyte and a Golden Egg. Rosethorn Acolyte already does mana fixing for us, so I don't necessarily need Golden Egg, despite it being a card I like quite a bit. But this is an adventure creature that's also an accelerant and a reasonable card to play. It's either that or Hengewalker, and I think I'd rather just have the Acolyte. Silver Flame Squire up next. Wildwood Tracker, unfortunately, of the 3 creatures we've drafted so far, the one that comes down early is a human, which is why I hate this card, but some people like it. I'm going to take Silver Flame Squire. And this is pick number 8, no adventure payoffs in pack 1. Kind of sad. No Fairy Guide Mothers either, which is really a card that this sort of deck really wants to just push through. Merreleaf Rider is fine. It's another 3/1, which we could take just to have aggressive creatures. And then there's Insatiable Appetite, but I don't like the pump spells as much when you're playing this sort of archetype because a lot of your creatures just function as pump spells already. So I'm going to take the 3/1 here. Garenbrig Carver Wield. Youthful Knight Wield, that's a fine one to have with a deck full of pump spells. Youthful Knight number 2. Alright, so even though we didn't get any super powerful cards, we did end up with a couple adventures to start with. And some decent aggressive creatures. Moving into pack number 2, we've got a Yorvo off the bat, which is a fine card. It's triple green, so it's a little bit awkward. But I do think Yorvo's still decent on like turn 5 or 6. There's Silver Flame Ritual, which I found to actually be very playable if you're all in on aggressive strategies, even though you do kind of... Well, actually, no, this one doesn't need the Adamant to be that good. And then Rosethorn Halberd. We've got too many humans starting off with for that to be super strong. So I'll take Yorvo here. No payoffs. Where are my payoffs? Sir Farron the Hengehammer is okay. There's Ardenvale Tactician, though, which is most certainly my pick. Tactician's just really good at pushing your creatures in. Works nicely with the 3/1s, since those can deal a big chunk of damage if you get past blockers. I like Sir Farron, but it's another kind of committal green card, and I think Avon Tactician or Ardenvale Tactician is regular just going to be better. Savvy Hunter's nice, but we're not a food deck, and I don't know that Rosethorn Acolyte is enough to really play that, so it's Prized Griffin or Scalding Cauldron. I think I would err on the side of just taking the cheap removal spell with the Cauldron here. I've got an Outmuscle and an Outflank and a Trapped in a Tower already. Griffin's fine, but I don't think you need to pick up Griffin very highly. Tuinvale Treefolk, Youthful Knight, or Tracker. Pick 4, pack 2, still no payoffs. There's 4 uncommons we could get here. Like, come on. I'll take Tuinvale Treefolk, though. That's fine. There we go. Edgewall Innkeeper. There we go. Edgewall Innkeeper's nice, and we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adventure creatures. That's exactly what we're looking for, an Innkeeper. So that's a little bit of stress off, right? Do we want a 3/2? Because we certainly don't want the Scarecrow, and we probably don't want another Cauldron. And again, our pump spells are going to be covered by our Silver Flame Squires and our Garenbrig Paladins, or Carvers, rather. So I guess 3/2, even if it doesn't make the cut. There is our Griffin if we want a Griffin. I think 1 Griffin's pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and snag my Griffin now. Ooh, Fairy Guidemother, pick 8. That's really nice. We're going to take that for sure. And then we're wheeling, I guess Rosethorn. Nah, that really hasn't gotten better. If we had a bunch of Fairy Guidemothers, maybe. I'm going to take an uncommon for my vault here. Same deal here. Hengewalker's a little bit awkward. I'm not playing a Beloved Princess, so uncommon for the vault. Uncommon for the vault. Common for the deck. True Love's Kiss is main deckable, but it normally doesn't make my deck in best of 3. Or best of 1. Moving into the last pack. There we go. There's another one. There's a Mysterious Pathlighter. This is the one that gives your adventure creatures an additional +1 counter. I love Enchanted Carriage. I think this card's actually just really good, but the adventure deck needs the adventure payoffs, so we're going to take that. Ooh, Archon. Archon's really sweet. Nothing else in this pack we really want, right? We're not playing quadruple green card. Wouldn't mind a Golden Egg, but Archon's just really good. Okame Adversary is almost certainly our pick here. Okame Adversary, just good even if we have to pay full price for it. Again, Sir Farron the Hedgehammer, okay card. I would consider playing it here, but I'm going to take the Adversary. Ooh, there we go. There's a Wandermare. Nice. This pack has a Lonesome Unicorn, which I like a lot better with the Pathlighter, but Wandermare's kind of one of the cards we're looking for. Not that Wandermare's like exceptional or anything, but it is kind of one of the payoffs here. Man, if we get a Lucky Clover, we've just got all of the payoffs. Got 3 more cracks at a Lucky Clover. Nothing I'm playing out of this pack. Maybe an Ardenvale Paladin, but probably not. There's a Flutterbutt. I like Flutterbutt. We don't actually have a ton of ways to jump it into the air. In fact, we have very few ways to jump it into the air. So it's just kind of a vanilla 2/2. Shambling Suit. If Flutterfox isn't good in your deck, then Shambling Suit definitely isn't good. Do we just want Garenbrig Squire over Flutterfox? That seems kind of insane, because Flutterfox is just, on average, a better card. But let's do an actual count here. We have 1, 2... We have 2 artifacts or enchantments in the deck. So Flutterfox is going to be a flyer very small percentage of the time. Garenbrig Squire is going to be able to attack as a 3/3 some amount of the time. Yeah, I think I don't know. That might be crazy, but I'm gonna take the Squire. Outflank again. I said I like, but I'm actually gonna take the Unicorn, Kenrith's Transformation, or 2 Unveiled Treefolk. I'm actually gonna grab Transformation here. Curious Pair is an adventure, but not one that I'm looking to play. And then the rest of the stuff we're probably not playing here. Fortified Provisions. I don't think I've ever run into that card and had it be good against me or for me. And the Turtle, last pick as always. All right, so let's clean things up a little bit here. We have 44 cards. We curve out at 5 with 2 5-drops. I'm wondering if it's worth it to just go down to 16 here. I could even see myself like cutting a 4 or 5-drop or something and going down to 15 cards. Yorvo is color committed, and it's just a big kind of chunky creature, right? Knight of the Keep can get out of here. As far as 2-drops go, maybe Marrowleaf Rider is the worst of them. Scalding Cauldron does push you past early creatures. Treefolk's a 4-drop as far as curve consideration goes in my eyes. Do I cut Yorvo? That seems kind of crazy, right? Yorvo is powerful, but... oh, man. Do I cut one of the 5-drops? Do I cut the Lonesome Unicorn? See, the thing with the Lonesome Unicorn is that the 5-drop is actually the one that's giving you the bonuses on all the other cards. The 3-mana 2/2 is actually not that great. Let's go and ditch the Unicorn here. And then I need to get rid of one more card. I don't have a lot of removal. Garenbrig's Squire kind of sucks. I could see getting rid of that one. Youthful Knights are generally better, I think. Especially given the pump spells that we have in our deck. I could also see it being Yorvo or one of the 5-drops, even though I kind of like the 5-drops. Alright, I'm going to cut the Squire here. That leaves us with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 early game plays. We got 3 of the payoffs for this deck. The Innkeeper, the Wandermare, and the Pathlighter. We just kind of blanked on the hybrid card, the Occam Ranger, I think it's called, and the Lucky Clover. And yeah, Lucky Clover would be just okay in this deck, I think. Lucky Clover is usually one of the better ones to have in kind of the cross-color hybrids where you have things like Reaper of Night and Murderous Rider and stuff like that. But here we go. This is going to be our adventure deck. Looks like it panned out reasonably. We've got a nice curve. I don't have a lot of card advantage, which is really just telling me I should probably cut one of the expensive creatures and go down to 16 lands. 8 and 8. And just force a Yorvo into my deck. Oh, I would actually have to put a card back in, not cut another card. Could be Marrowleaf Rider, Garenbrig's Squire. Alright, I'm going to try it out. We get mana screwed, we get mana screwed. Look, I know what's going on when I cut a land from my deck, okay? But hopefully the arena algorithm's nice to us today, and we don't have too many expensive cards in our deck, so it's fine. And that's going to go ahead and do it. I think the deck kind of, as far as a by-force deck goes, we accomplished what we wanted to do from the draft. Now we got to see if it can actually win some matches. And that's a whole different story. So we'll try it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in match number 1. All right, welcome back. Or I guess welcome. We're against Mr. Damage. I'm going to have to take a mole. And this is fine. Hopefully my opponent plays a green card on turn 1 or 2, and we can just slam an Occam Adversary. Turn 1 Wildwood Tracker 1 time, please. No! Alright, let's lead off with some green sources and pass. Not really an exceptional hand or anything like that, but it's a hand with some cards. Blue-red, do you have the turn 2 Alliance? Nope. Well, they're pausing for something, so they probably have some sort of adventure in hand, like Merchant of the Veil is usually why this ends up passing. And we'll have to remember to run out our forest. Yeah, actually, I was going to play this regardless. I was going to say we could draw Yorvo, and then we'd wish we'd drawn a forest this turn, but it's fine. If they like Scorch and Dragonfire or Youthful Knight, I don't really care. Oh, Merchant. Yep, normally your opponent plays a mountain and it pauses. That means they either have Rimrock Knight if there's a creature on board or Merchant of the Veil. If there's no creature on board and it's pausing on a single red mana and that's all they have, it usually means they have Merchant of the Veil. Just a little tip as far as the pausing goes. Same thing with white. If your opponent plays a plains on turn 1 and that's it, and it's pausing, that means they have Shepherd of the Flock. Or a Fairy Guidemother they don't want to cast. I think I'm just going to attack and see if they want to trade. They're not going to, but my outflank can just trade for their merchant there. Let's go Forest, and unfortunately just pass the turn here. Hopefully they don't have like a big whammy this turn, like a Lock Dragon or something, because we're going to slowly play out a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We don't have a lot of our 2-drops. It's not even an adventure heavy hand. We have no adventure stuff going on. Opponent's going to jam for 2. I am not going to deal 1 damage to it. And let's see what the follow-up is. Come on, Mr. Damage. What you got? Bum 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 bum. Mr. Damage. Kenrith's Transformation. Just gonna play Adversary and pass here. Not gonna bluff attack this turn with the outflank because I'd rather just get this down. Opponent missed a land drop, notably, which means, as always, that they're on all spells in their hand. Blue-red have an infinite interaction too. Opt. Okay, so looking for that land drop. To the bottom, and then keep that card. Was it a land? Doesn't look like it. We're not slamming it down, but it could be. Oh, opponent's just slow rolling me. Now I'm going to take 4 as well. Well, I got to hope they don't have an answer to this Garenbrig Paladin. Otherwise, they've dismantled my hand despite missing a land drop and not having much going on. Oh, they did have a land drop. They're just baiting me. All right, Paladin, be relevant. Untap land, Searing Barrage, we had it all. The whole time we had it all. I feel like my opponent's last turn was pretty easy. I don't know why it took so long. Dragonfire that thing attack. Like, there's some long pausing going on here. So sorry for the lack of action. We're just waiting on OP here. Waiting on Mr. Damage to figure out which of his 5 kill spells they want to use to get rid of my Paladin. I mean, my hand is cards, I guess. They do kind of have to deal with the Paladin, though. I mean, they've got time, but Paladin can't be blocked by these 2 creatures. Question is, when am I going to want to use Kenrith's Transformation? I guess if they play a creature that can block the Paladin profitably, I can put Transformation on it, but then I'm getting beat down by a 3/3. I mean, they might have tough decisions, I'm not going to lie. They do have 5 spells in hand, so... Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and attack with my Paladin and make them do something here. I guess I could have played the Cauldron first to kind of threaten something. They have a counter spell? Is that what's going on? I just want to play Rosethorn Acolyte. I mean, they could have Mystical Dispute or the Sprite. Let's play the Cauldron first. Yeah, they could have Hypnotic Sprite or Mystical Dispute as far as counterspells go. Huh. Or they're just waiting until end of turn here to do something. Run away together, maybe, on Queen of Ice and my Garenbrig Paladin. I mean, if they just, like, activate Merchant of the Veil. I feel like if they had a bounce spell, they would have done it in the middle of combat. Or sometime before taking 5 damage, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. Riveting, though. Riveting. I feel like run away together. They keep looking at... Oh, Thrill of Possibility. Discard and Fairy Vandal. Their hand's that good? They didn't want to discard anything else. That was weird. Discard and Fairy Vandal. So they want all of the other cards in their hand more than Fairy Vandal. I guess they're looking for something that deals with the Paladin? I'm not 100% sure. Because they could have cast the Vandal too. Which means they had like 3 other cards they did not want to discard. So I'm not 100% sure. Sure, Improbable Alliance. That's good. Tome Raider's good too. These things don't kill my Paladin. None of them can block the Paladin. Yorvo. Ooh, we can play Yorvo as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and jam for 5. Yorvo's kind of just a dorky creature here, to be honest. And I have Outflank up, but I also have Scalding Cauldron up because of the Rosethorn Acolyte. I don't think I just kill Merchant of the Veil right now, because if they want to spend their mana on that, I think that's okay. I'm not going to block anything that hits me here. I still feel like they have run away together. They just wanted to get Value Town going first. They're at 6, though. Transformation. Transformation's pretty bad if they do have run away together. Oh, keep a 1/1 back. Sure. Siren Barrage. Sure. So let that resolve, and then we're going to Cauldron down Merchant of the Veil here. Is that right? And then probably Outflank Queen of Ice. Prize Griffin's a pretty good draw too. I want to be able to cast that this turn for sure, so I think I'm just going to go... Oh, I should have played Prize Griffin first. No, green creatures only grow this. So we go attack, attack, and then Outflank Queen of Ice here. Just get creatures off board and then play Prize Griffin. Yep. Opponent's deck looks very good. I'm slipping on cards here, though. So let's go and kill Queen of Ice. We don't actually deal any damage to them, but our board presence is way better than theirs, I guess. And Counter's Transformation's not like a big deal or anything, but it is a deal nonetheless. Also, we have not drawn a lot of lands, which means we've got quite a few left in the deck. Like 2/3 of our deck is lands. That being said, our opponent has drawn the same number of lands, but it looks like they're on basically all spells as well. Yep, there goes the Charmed Sleep. We do have a Silver Flame Squire in our deck into Bloodhaze Wolverine, so we got some chumps going on for sure. Ooh, well, speak of the devil. So if we untap this now... Oh no, we just win. There's no reason to do that. So attack with these 3. Oh no, that's not just a win. That is not just a win. So I untap. Either way, they have to go chump chump. If they choose not to block one of them, they die. So I might as well just get the hit in with this, and they go block, block, take 4, and then I have 4 lethal threats because this will be tapped down again, and they have nothing. Yeah. I mean, the alternative is they don't block one of these creatures. Oh, actually, you know what? I lied. We can go untap this and then Kenner's Transformation the Raider so it loses flying. Then this gets in 5 and then they die to whichever one they don't block. So yeah, we can win this turn. Untap this thing. Yeah, so the Griffin is 5 damage. And then one of our other creatures will go unblocked, so we'll get in at least 7 this turn. Tree folk too. Well, we drew like a god too. I mean, 5 lands and then no other spells, so that gives me pretty poor hopes for the remainder of these matches, but we do get to snag game 1 from what looks like a pretty powerful blue-red deck. They stumbled on mana for, I guess, a turn. That turn they discarded the Fairy Vandal was very weird, though. I'd like to see what their hand was at that time. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they misclicked too, so who knows. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and take our round 1 victory, whether it was morally or immorally received, and we'll move right on along into match number 2. All right, welcome back to match number 2. We've got a good hand if we draw lands or against Mr. Pingu after playing against Mr. Damage. I'm actually going to play the Forest first just to not give him the information. I have the stupid Shepherd. If I play the Plains, it's going to pause. I don't feel like playing on full control mode. All right, land time or bust. Should I just play my 3-1? Probably just play my 3-1. That way, if I don't draw land, I at least have something I can put Kenrith's Transformation on. See, it's also pausing for the opponent, so we know, again, they probably have Rimrock Knight in their hand, but they could also have Merchant of the Veil here. They just play a creature. I'm assuming they have Rimrock Knight. Okay, that doesn't tell us whether they do or do not still have Rimrock Knight, though. What's our play here? Pathlighter is the best bet for sure. They can't block, so I'm going to attack. Probably just pay Pathlighter and pass. That makes this come down as a 3-4 if it lives. If I draw a land, I'm just going to play Archon anyway. Come on, show me white mana. Ooh, Robber of the Rich. Unfortunately, that's not going to trigger. They're probably going to get in for 5, though. I could trade for Robber of the Rich. Oh, no, you should attack with that. That can't block. I'm not going to block, because my Rosethorn Acolyte comes down bigger. They have a land they can play that they're holding back on for some reason. Okay. I'm fortunate enough to draw some lands here. Probably just play Archon. Makes them either use mana to kill this, or they have to pay to attack me. I mean, if they just go, oh, Dwarven Mine? No, that's relevant. It looks like mono red. Mono red is the only deck I would play a Dwarven Mine, and here comes the removal spell on the Archon. Oh no, they're going to pay 1. Do I just trade, or do I take the 3? I think I'm supposed to just take the 3. Keep my threat presence up here. Sure. Alright, so no land, though. So we can play one thing. Probably going to be a Rosethorn Acolyte. And then I think this is going to sit back on defense now. So let's go attack for 5. Oh, this thing has reach. Well, they can block. That's fine. If they trade for Archon, that's okay. I forgot that thing had reach, to be honest. And I'm going to play my Acolyte here just as the biggest potential blocker I can put on board. It's tempting to get Wandermare down there, since it still blocks like this thing. But I think we're in the phase of this game where we have to start blocking, because their hand's probably all like frickin' Siren Barrages and whatnot. Barge In is a card to watch out for. Burning Yard Trainer. So +2/+2 and trample on a creature. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to win this game now. Uh-huh. There's a lot of trample damage coming in. Could go block, and then it's my Pathlighter versus these things. I think I have to and just take the big trample hit here. And then I'm facing down 3 cards still from them. If I don't block this turn, then I still have this thing back to block the other creatures. Okay, sure. This is not going well. I'm at 4 life. Ugh. Alright, go ahead. Dead to a multitude of things here. Maybe they're on all lands? Question mark? Sure, Redcap Raider. Or Raging Redcap, rather. Weaselback. Alright, but we survive a turn. And probably just want to get this thing down. Big creature. Could play the Prize Griffin as well. Can I attack for 2? And then I have block. No, I'm at too low of a life total to be attacking. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead. All it takes is them to hit a removal spell or something and then... Oh, blow your house down? Oh no. That would suck. Alright, what's this last card? Alright, I guess we're dead. It feels like we're dead. So we'll just make the best blocks we can here. Block. 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 Taken 2 and then barge in or something kills us. Bone Crusher Giant, sure. Alright, we die. Was that a top deck Bone Crusher Giant? Maybe not. But we lose to a fast red deck. I don't know that drawing another land ahead of time would have been nice, but some Youthful Knights or something would have been okay. Maybe some of our 2-drops, not all of our 5-drops. Maybe some removal would have been nice, but hey, look, man, you can't complain. Puts us at 1-1. Not an ideal match, but we'll run it back for match number 3. All right, y'all, we're back for match number 3 against KZO, and we're on the play with the Innkeeper, the Pathlighter, 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, and hopefully maybe a 4. So we've got our adventure hand set up. Let's see if it's good enough. You're gonna hear my phone going off. Ginger buddy. Ginger butt. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade my Innkeeper for that. Incoming Rosethorn Halberd next turn. Double Rosethorn Halberd. I just have like the ideal hand and they have the ideal aggro hand. That would suck. Double Rosethorn Halberd on a Ginger Brute would make that what, a 5/3? Gingerbread Cabin. Alright, they're going to get in there. Alright, let's go attack for 3 here. And drawing a cheap adventure creature would be nice. But if not, if we draw a land, we can always play our Garenbrig Carver. I can't even attack this turn, that's nice. I can just play Archon as well. Alright, I'm just going to attack for 2 and play the Archon of Absolution. Just to use my mana as best as possible. I would like to get value out of the +2/+2 here, which I could have done if I attacked with Garenbrig Squire and they double blocked. That probably would have been better. Just to eat these 2 creatures. Looks like they've got a food deck, green-black food deck going on here, so we need to push in before the big creatures come down. Could just kill Archon, but if they don't, I've got 5 flying power coming in. It also costs 2 mana to attack with Ginger Brute since they need to make it unblockable and also pay for the Archon. So we'll see. They've got a full grip and my hand's nothing spectacular. All right, they're just gonna go ahead and kill my Archon. That makes sense. I guess maybe not attack with that this turn. Ardenvale Tactician. I like holding that a little bit later. So now if they block this, I can Garenbrig Carver to eat it. So I'm going to make this attack here. They might not block. If they don't, I'm just going to cast Carver and anyway for the 2 extra damage and just play Youthful Knight. Maybe not. Maybe I go Youthful Knight and then tap end of turn. Yeah, that's probably better. So if they block, I will Carver. If they don't block, I will Tactician and Youthful Knight. Either way, Youthful Knight's probably coming down this turn. Alright, locking in, opponent. You blocking or no? Opponent says no. Youthful Knight coming down, past the turn. So hopefully they just tap out for a big fatty here and we can go tap tap. They got another out muscle? Oh, Trifo. Alright, eggs in one basket, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and tap you boys. And we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. I can make it 9. I don't think I'm getting punished for 1 green here. So let's just attack and play Tactician. It'll draw me a card and it'll come down as a 3/4. There's no way this changes the board next turn, so we don't have to worry about them playing that. Put him down to 3. Tactician. Oh, don't skip yet. Ooh, right. I could have gotten an extra point of damage in. Oh, yeah, I played this turn all sorts of wrong, actually. I could have cast this, and if I had drawn a land, played Carver, given this +1, and actually had lethal that turn. I didn't draw a land, nor did I keep up white mana, which I guess I couldn't have. But there was a route to victory to just win that turn. Revenge of Ravens. That's a spicy one right now. And they've got food up as well. All right, so Revenge of Ravens it is. I attack. They gain 2, I lose 2. Then they have to sack the food. Sure, I think I just let this resolve. And then I can put him down to 1 here with the Carver. And then hold up, I guess, Shepherd. I'm going to use the Carver for sure this turn. Just to put him down to 1. And I could cast... I think it's better to probably keep Shepherd in hand. That gives me the opportunity to potentially go like Shepherd this thing back and go tap 2 creatures. Curious Pair is annoying, but not super game-changing. As long as they're not dealing with these flyers, Revenge of Ravens isn't really going to stop me, I don't think. Looks like they might have like a bacon to a pie or something in their hand. Maybe. Alright, just casting Curious Pair, sure. A little risky to go out muscle here, but what could they even have? A pump spell? I don't have triple green. I now have triple green. So if I go 5 and they sack a clue, that does save them. If I go out muscle, that actually puts me at lethal. And then what could they have in their hand? Yeah, so if I go out muscle, that adds another counter. I've got 6 in the air. They'll gain 3 plus 2 from the attack, and it's still lethal. So I think I'd just use out muscle, even if I'm not killing anything like super important here. What could they have for green-black? Nothing, I don't think. Plus my creature is going to be indestructible. I'm going to spread out the damage here. I guess on Curious Pair. Pay Adamant. Alright. Then I'm going to attack for 6 in the air. Revenge. So they would have to have something for 1 mana. I can't think of anything that saves them here. They gave me the GG. I'm going to give them the GG back. All right, KZO. Good match. Good match. It seemed like they were maybe just like a turn or 2 late from stabilizing and making that Revenge of Ravens just really difficult for me, but we had a really nice start there. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop, and we had 2 of our adventure payoffs, so can't ask for too much more than that. Hopefully we get to repeat that a couple times. Match 4 coming up. All right, we are back for match number 4 with a sketchy hand. Shepherd the Flock on turn 2. If I draw a green source, it's fine. In fact, if I draw a green source by turn 3, it's decent. Outflank not looking too hot here. This could easily be a mulligan, but I don't think this deck's going to mulligan very well. I wouldn't mind just drawing Forest or some other 2-drops so I don't have to run out my Shepherd. Again, I think Shepherd is just really good, but I'm not going to not do anything on turn 2. So we'll flock it up. See what I did there? It's like, all right, anyway. Red-white, Flutterfox. Ooh, Trapped in a Tower is not good against Flutterfox. Also, we did not draw a Forest. I'm going to go ahead and offer the trade here, because Trapped in a Tower might be better against some other creature. And Outflank will do nothing. We probably just lose from this point if we don't draw a Forest within the next couple turns. Even a Plains next turn means that a Forest is still alive for the Garenbrig Paladin. Scalding Cauldron is something, I suppose. Nah, I'll pass. Cauldron can take care of that. Trapped in a Tower could take care of a potentially scarier creature next turn, even if it means taking some damage. This not good. Yeah, that one for perhaps. Now I wish I had. Oh my god. Why do you hate me? Just kill this thing now. Pass turn. Take 3. Go down to 10. Not drawing lands. Played a 16 land deck. Did it to ourselves. One green source one time. It's probably too late now. They're sitting on removal. Oh my god, they always have the extra paladin too. This happens every time I play Arena, by the way. Anytime I stumble, they're like, oh, by the way, I have infinite paladins. I'm just going to play a blocker and pass. Make them use a removal spell to kill me here. I can go trapped in a tower and probably try to be a little bit safer, but whatever. We are quick death. Give them the GG. And that sucked. We actually didn't even draw another land that whole game, which is a little bit of a bummer. But that'll put us at 2-2. Can I mulligan that? That didn't really count, right? That wasn't much of a match. Can I just not have that count as one of my losses? That wasn't even real Magic. I didn't play a game. Oh well. Match number 5 coming up. All right, we're back for match number 3. This is a much better hand, although now we're in that position where if we lose, we're out. Wandermare on turn 3, followed by Acolyte on turn 4 is probably the name of the game here. Hopefully they play Forest. Nope. Oh god, the beloved princess. You know what that means. All that glitters. Take 50. I mean, we have a trapped in a tower, which is very befitting on a beloved princess. Fairy Godmother is a nice one if they do have trapped in a tower themselves as part of their removal suite. Turn 3 Wandermare is nice, though. Especially when we have some stuff to back it up. Just trapped in a tower, my Wandermare, please. One time. I can't block Beloved Princess. Fortify and Provisions. Yeah, this is definitely a All That Glitters deck. No doubt about it. That's pretty nice. If I had another land, I'd probably just kill this right now, but I don't. So we are going to make our Wandermare 4/4 and bash. Also, my Rosethorn Acolyte can block your Beloved Princess. All That Glitters right now would give +3/+3. Oh, look, they have it. Right in time to dodge my removal spells. Very nice. No box. Well, now I've got to play Adversary and hope they don't have a good answer to that one. Because they have lifelink, so I can't race them. Cast in Shepherd of the Flock. Ooh, trapped in a tower? Do you have Fairy Guidemother, though? Are you perfect in every way, shape, and form? Let's see. I can go trapped in a tower here and just pray to God they don't have Fairy Guidemother, or I could play Occame Adversary, which can actually block this thing, and then they need kind of trapped in a tower to deal with it. I'm just going to play the Adversary. And I took a big hit there, so I'm not going to attack this turn. I mean, if they have trapped in a tower, that's not too big of a deal because I can knock it off with Fairy Guidemother. It just lets them get an attack in this turn. Sir Alwyn the Lion's Claw. Okay. That doesn't change too much. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to trapped in a tower this now since this holds hit this back. This. Oh, Tactician's a good one. So that actually gives me a little bit of wiggle room. I can cast a 2-drop and have the Tactician up to go tap on the other two. Probably going to trapped in a tower this one now. Could also 2-Unveil Treefolk and attack. How bad is Sir Allen if it attacks? It's pretty bad. Alright, just going to pass here. Might get a big attack in next turn. Prize Griffin. So opponent's just full of whammies. All whammies all day. This is not great for us. So tap this. I guess tap Beloved Princess. Oh, Outflank is good for us though. So play this, and then I can outflank for 4. That's not quite enough to kill the Griffin. I can at least get an attack in with Wandermare this turn, though. probably try to optimize mana here. If I attack with Wandermare, though, then this can attack back pretty freely. I think I'm just going to hold up Outflank here. Oh, right, that becomes a 5/5 as well. All right. Come on, opponent. Stop drawing good cards for the situation. To be fair, Trapped in a Tower couldn't even target this, so that was going to be a threat regardless. Another fortified positions. That means I need another creature for Outflank to be relevant here. I could 2-Unveil Treefolk up the Tactician, and then it can actually block this Griffin. But I'm going to take 3 now, and hopefully draw some lands. I kind of need them. Kenrith's Transformation, that actually does deal with it pretty nicely. So that is a smooth little draw there. Draw a forest. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and play a Cauldron here, I think. I can't use it, but I'm going to play it. And attack for 2. I have blocks. Block. Yeah. No, I think we hold tight, because all it takes is one more interactive spell from the opponent to put us behind, because this can still attack. They are down to 2 cards, so that's something. And what do they have here? Silverflame Squire? Kind of feel like I want my Rosethorn Acolyte. I could block with Tactician. Could block with the Adversary, but that's the only thing holding back Beloved Princess. I feel like they have a pump spell in hand, so what I'm going to do is take the damage here, try to get another creature on board next turn, and then have Outflank ready. Because this could have just blocked that, so they probably have like +2/+2. That was a fine draw there, actually. That was a nice one. So I'm going to play Garenbrig Squire and just pass turn. This holds up the Cauldron, which the opponent's aware of. Not that the Cauldron actually does much against double fortifying position, but now I'm going to go for some sort of multi-block on the Griffin and try to outflank in response to their Silverflame Squire or whatever it is they have. At least that's what it feels like they have. So this, how much do I care about my Tactician? It's the only creature getting in. I like my Acolyte, given that I haven't drawn a lot of lands, but I think I'm going to do that, and have Outflank at the ready here. I don't think they could have 2 interactive spells, but they had 1 card in hand last turn, which is whatever pump spell they're trying to do. So let's try to outflank this Griffin and really just hope they don't have another. They didn't just top deck another one. Nope, they did not. So now they trade the Knight for my Squire, I guess. Oh, right, duh, not that one. And now we can start dealing damage. Just lost our green mana. That's kind of awkward. Probably just going to play a 4/4 Garenbrig Paladin. Could also put counters on Tactician. What happens if they kill this, though? How bad is that? Really bad, right? Just going to play Paladin as a 4/4. Maybe not. Maybe I need to just make my clock bigger. I should have put counters on this, I think. Because I'm giving them a lot of time to draw cards. Draw an answer to my Okame Adversary, and then suddenly Beloved Princess is a huge threat again. Alright, I like land number 7 off the top. Mysterious Pathlighter is nice with Fairy Guide Mother. 3, 4, 5, 6. I could go for that hit this turn. That uses all my mana up, right? Oh no, I only have 5 mana. Why did I count 6? Alright, so given that that's the case, let's go ahead and put some counters on Tactician and just start attacking. I mean, this is a 5-turn clock, so it's not like fantastic. Plus, they can still attack with the Beloved Princess at some point. just to get that big lifelink hit in there. Land number 8's nice. Opponent seems to be getting a tiny bit unlucky here. Uh-oh, it's a spell. It's a spell that involves them counting attackers and blockers. Okay, sure, you attack with the princess. I'll just block with my squire, that's fine. This just gains them 6 life, and they're going to play the tactician, which is okay. Since the cauldron can take the tactician now. Oh, no, it can't, actually. It can't. Forgot. That is a dilemma, isn't it? Am I okay taking 2 if it means getting in 4? Probably go Pathlighter Youthful Knight. I can probably start attacking with one of these other creatures too. If I attack with this and they double block, I get to just take out the Tactician, which I think is fine. Oh, that's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Alright, I'm going to attack. I'm trading 4 damage for 2 damage here. Not that I want to take 2 damage, but I'm going to try to outboard him here. And pass turn. This is close. All it takes is a powerful top deck from them to really push it in their favor. That was not the powerful top deck they needed. No blocks. Alright, Plains from us means we can cast the Tree Folk. And we get to start attacking for 6 now. So put them down to 12, and then next turn if they attack and they don't have... Oh, they have food, though. Ugh. I keep forgetting. They always have, like, one more thing than I think they have. All right, Wandermare gets bigger here. Wander Horse. All right, what'd you draw this time? They're not sacking their food. It makes their beloved princess smaller. I guess that's the reason why. I'm going to go down to 4. And now I need to be a little bit safer about how I'm attacking because I could die to a pump or something. But I think I'm going to go for the Fairy Guide Mother this turn. Make him sack some food. Fairy Guide Mother on this. So that's going to be 9, 10, 11, 15 damage. They have to sack both foods, and that shrinks this down to a 4/6, which means my big creatures can start bashing into them. I have Fairy Guide Mother on defense here. I could leave Ardenvale Tactician back and just attack with these, but I don't love that. Ooh, actually, can I attack with Wandermare here too? Because they have to sack 2 food, assuming this card isn't relevant. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That means if they sack 1 food, they're dead. They have to sack 2. Do I think that last card's relevant is the real question here. Because if not, I can go attack with this as well, and then this will be a 4/6 before damage. If that last card's relevant, this goes really poorly. But I still have the Scalding Cauldron too. Okay, I'm going to attack with Wandermare. See if our opponent sees it there. Oh, it looks like something relevant. Outflank maybe? Maybe not. Rally for the Throne. Okay. That gains them a lot of life. Put some 1/1s on board. Doesn't change things too much. It does mean they don't have to sack the food, though. But we can Cauldron off the princess if they decide to block. They could also just chump Wandermare, which I think is just fine. Not blocking the tree. Oh, it can't block the Tree Folk. All right, they go to 3. Very nice. Play Fairy Guide Mother. Yeah, I guess I should have done that pre-combat. And pass. So, crucial turn here. Our opponent's at essentially 9 life. If they attack with the flyer, that could be a problem. Oakham Ranger with perfect mana on top. That's fine, though. Not perfect mana. You know what I mean. Ooh, they're dead, though. They just left themselves dead because they can't sack the food now, and I have 3 lethal flyers. rather I have any combination of two. They can block one and... Oh yeah, they can do this, right. Remember, we talked about this earlier. Alright, time to trade off the adversary for the princess. I lied, they're not just dead. Ooh, maybe we're just dead. Maybe we're not, though. I can't attack into these flyers, can I? Huh. I can, however, attack with the big things. Garenbrig Paladin can only be blocked by this. Maybe I just attack with Paladin. So Paladin attacks. And then if both of these attack, they have to block one of them. I think I just like attacking with the Paladin. Yeah, this is such a close game. That was a very good draw. I can't kill it with the Cauldron because of the stupid fortified provisions. Can play another Youthful Knight, and double Youthful Knight on defense is a real thing, though. So I'm going to have to play pretty smart here, I think, to try and win this. Now, they have the active Occam Ranger, so they can actually activate it before blocks, and that'll make the Paladin bigger. Oh, Ginger Brute? Ginger Baby? Ooh, that is super relevant. Alright, if I try to Cauldron it, then the Ranger just pumps it. Ooh, I might be dead next turn. So I gotta get them to use this next turn, or... Oh, they didn't pump, though, so I'm not dead next turn. Oh, Archon. Archon's very good, too. Jeez, what a game. Alright, so... Again, they have the food as well. What do we do? So, assuming I attack. They pump before combat. How bad is that for me? It would just trade for one of these things. This is rough. But then I can use the Cauldron here. If we go attack. They're going to lose at least a creature. This can just block here, though. I think I like just sending these two and trying to get them to use that Ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers, though. 4, 5, 6... Alright, I'm going to try and get him to use this Ranger before combat so I can kill the Ginger Brute. As soon as they activate it, I can do it in response. Alright, we're sacking some food. That makes sense. Sacking some food. Alright, all the food is gone. So we're working with 11 life here. And they can stack block a little bit. Looks like... I like chumps. I like if they just chump, that's great. Take 4 from the Paladin. Go to 7. Play Land Archon. And then I guess if they top deck a pump spell here, I'm actually dead. This is so close. Come on, one time. Brick. Because I can't jump the gun on the Cauldron on this Ginger Brute. Winden. Whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain a life. Okay. They could hold Ginger Brute on defense here. No, it's getting in there. It's not a white creature, though. Alright, they have to pay 1 to attack me. That doesn't really matter. They don't have much else to use their mana on here. Are they dead to my flyers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. We'll figure it out on our turn. I think we've got them. But I haven't done math yet. All right, so I'm going to say I can't block. So I go to 2. Pass for my turn. Yorvo doesn't do anything here. So as far as the flyers go, they can't block this one, so they block here and they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they're just dead. I just send with everything, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think they can survive this turn. They're out of food. They can't sack Gingerbrute. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Fortified Provisions being super relevant. This has been a long game, but it's been a very good one. I mean, this is way more interesting than us just flooding out. The only decision our opponent really can make here is whether to use this pre-combat or after blocks. And really, there's not much of a decision. Hopefully they're not just running us out on the clock here, because that would be annoying. We do have them here. We just need to attack with everything, though. They're just going to run us out on the clock. Really, opponent? Oh my god. They're doing it. They're actually doing it. I wish you could report people who do this. Is there a way to report this person? Oh no, they're not doing it. I take it back, E-Doll. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I thought you were being rude. I didn't mean it. Oh baby. Oh baby, baby. Where was this card all game against the mono white deck? How did they beat it? I hate this card, by the way. And not power level wise, it's obviously really good. I hate that there's like this one protection color card floating around a set that incentivizes you to be mono-colored some percentage of the time. Imagine if I just had this on turn 4. My opponent can't beat this card. It's impossible. What do? I can block everything. I guess I can't block a Beloved Princess. So maybe there's something there. Alright, opponent has stacked up ideal blocks. This has them taken 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gonna gruelingly make me play through first strike damage, I think. Am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing anything. Alright, first strike damage has happened. Alright, there we go. There we go. Whew, that was a rough match. Very close, in fact. Very close. The fact that Gingerbrute was just going to be lethal next turn, or turn after. Any number of top decks just win it for either of us. But that does mean we get to play another match. That puts us at 3 and 2. So that one was a little bit of a headache. I'm going to give it a couple seconds here to recuperate, and then I'll see you all in match number 6. Check that out. I don't think we can actually keep this hand. If we don't draw a force and our opponent doesn't play a 2-drop, we're not doing anything till turn 4, and even then, maybe not doing anything. This is better. I'm going to probably put Yorvo on the bottom. It's the least likely card we'll be able to cast. Maybe it's supposed to be the Paladin. But at least if we flood out with a bunch of planes, the Paladin's fine. I'm going to feel silly if I draw forest, but I still think that's probably the right thing to do. Caldon Scaldron. Alright. Well, we'll try to incentivize our opponent to kill a 2-drop with that. Don't know why they would. Especially if they have a blocker. Vantress Gargoyle. Come on now. Well, always get to the 3 and 3 with these Bifrost decks. Crash and Drawbridge. Alright, that gives me a little more faith. I mean, they don't need to kill my thing now. I can... actually, if I transformation this now, then I can Scalding Cauldron it the turn after. If I play Mysterious Pathlighter, it just gets kind of ganked here, but that uses my opponent's next turn. I don't love the idea. I could go Transformation plus Cauldron. And just take 3 and then Cauldron this thing down next turn. My Pathlighter is going to eat this regardless, though. I don't love the Paladin kicking me around, though. Mill. Forest. Watch that be the only forest I draw this whole game. Ah, Trapped in a Tower. Well, that's a card that exists, I suppose. Alright, you're up, opponent. Attack me for 3. Some fancy Tempest Island going on. Where did that come from? Rise of the Eldrazi Swamps? Just play something. Covetous Urge? Oh my god. It's so tilting to get hit by this card. You're just going to lose. They're going to take my Garenbrig Paladin. And then I'm going to be like, well, GG me. GG me. Probably just going to snap this off right now. I do have a Trapped in a Tower for it, but it still took it out of my hand, which is very annoying. Alright, I'm going to bluff this attack here because it's free. Oh, they have the drawbridge too. Very annoying. Very annoying. Alright, let's just kill this thing, I suppose, and pass. Take my 4 damage. One thing to note here is, though, even though Covetous Urge says that you can spend mana as though it was mana of any color, it's not actually green mana, so they can't adamant this card off of their lands. They have to have actual straight-up triple green in order to adamant it, so there's no way they can adamant it. It still means I'm going to take 4 here, though. And Shepherd of the Flock, I didn't get a chance to really say. That's a pretty decent draw because I can play my Pathlighter, and then when they Cauldron it, I can flock it back to my hand. I am probably going to have to spend next turn just trapping my own Paladin in a tower, though. Because I don't have enough mana to do both, and I do want my Pathlighter to survive. Maybe... am I okay taking another 4? I mean, are they going to haste out some more big boys against me? Probably. I'm not feeling very good about this match. Just trying to get them to use that stupid Cauldron this turn, basically. I mean, if they just have more big creatures. Reaper of Night, you've got to be kidding me. Alright, well, I missed my opportunity to win this game, that's for sure. Especially since this can now gain haste, and yeah. Well, we made it to 3-3 again. Not good. Alright, good game. Good game. We're not going to play this one out. We know how this one ends. We know how this ends. God, even if I had Trapped in a Tower, not winning that game. They played a Crash and Drawbridge. Covetous Urge really just kind of screwed us completely there. But we'll take our 3-3, our sad and measly 3-3 with our adventure deck. Again, I thought it was a cool adventure deck, but I don't think the adventure decks are ever that powerful. Case in point, this deck. It wasn't like super amazing or anything, but it was fine, and we got to do the thing we set out to do, right? I think, I don't know, maybe it was greedy to go with the 16 lands because we didn't really... We mulled a lot. We didn't have super fast starts, but we also didn't have a lot of starts where we got to play like a Youthful Knight on turn 2 and then a 3-drop. We had a lot of kind of floundering hands that just didn't curve out very well, and that definitely hurt us, but... I don't think that deck was going to go super far anyway. It was just kind of sweet, right? So that's going to go ahead and do it for the adventure deck. Not amazing, but still fun to draft, fun to play. And yeah, that's going to do it for Bifrost. Unless anybody has any suggestions for decks that they want to see on Bifrost. It has to be like a real deck though, right? You know, red-black control or something like that. It's not a real thing. But if you want to see a certain deck, then you can let me know in the comments below. Don't base it around like a rare or anything like that. Like, you can't tell me that you want me to force the Happily Ever After deck because I might not open Happily Ever After. As much as I would love to do that, if I could guarantee that I'm going to open a Happily Ever After, I would do it. But I can't guarantee that, nor do I think I really want to do that. But no, that's a lie. I want to do it. At any rate, any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Feel free to drop a like on this video. If you enjoy this sort of content, and find us on Twitter at MTG_Manarocks. That's going to go and do it. Thanks for hanging out with us, and I will see you all next time.